Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Fighters Anthology as we continue with the reference material. We are slowly working our way through. It looks like today we have the SF-260. SF-260, title SIAI-Marchetti SF-260, type 2 3-seat fully aerobatic military civil light aircraft. Program. The prototype for the SF-260 series, known as the F-250, was designed by Dotting Stelio Prati and built by Avia Milano. Flown for the first time on 15th of July 1964, it was powered by a 186.5 kilowatt or 250 horsepower Textron-Lycoming engine and was certified for aerobatic flying. The version developed initially for civil production was manufactured at first under license from Avia Milano by SIAI-Marchetti and is designated the SF-260. It received FAA type approval on 1st of April 1966. Subsequently, SIAI-Marchetti became the official holder of the type certificate and of all manufacturing rights to the SF-260. Variants: SF-260D improved version and updated civil version. SF-260M 2 3-seat military trainer developed from civil SF-260A and first flown 10th of October 1970. Introduced a number of important structural and aerodynamic improvements, many of which were subsequently applied to later models. Meets requirements for basic flying training, instrument flying, aerobatics including deliberate spinning, night flying, navigation flying, and formation flying. The SF-260W Warrior. Trainer tactical support version, the SF-260M, first flown, I guess that's a model number I-SJAV, in May of 1972. 2 or 4 underwing pylons for up to 300 kilograms or 661 pounds of external stores and cockpit stores selection panel. Able to undertake a wide variety of roles, including low-level strike, forward air control, forward air support, armed reconnaissance, and liaison. Also meets same requirements as SF-260M for use as a trainer. SF-260SW, Sea Warrior, Surveillance, SAR, and Supply version. SF-260TP, turboprop version, C. Jane's All-the-World's aircraft, 1996 to 1997. Modernization: EVS completed upgrading 9 Belgian Air Force SF-260M aircraft with IFR equipment. Modifications were carried out by the Belgian Elementary Flying School, EVS, at Gotsenhoven. Program utilized off-the-shelf COTS instruments. Operators: versions of the SF-260 are in service with the armed forces of the following countries: Belgium 35, Brunei 2, Burundi 5, Chad 2, Ethiopia 12, Haiti 3, Ireland 7, Italy 41, Libya 190, Philippines 18, Singapore 20, Sri Lanka 12, Thailand 10, Tunisia 14, Turkey 40, Uganda 2, Zambia 8, and Zimbabwe 12. The following description is generally applicable to all piston engine models unless otherwise stated. Design features: low-mounted straight wings with wingtip pods, wing section 64 1-212 modified at root, NACA 64 1-210 modified at tip, dihedral 6 degrees 20 minutes from roots, 5 on the SF-260D, incidence 2 degrees 45 minutes at root, 0 at tip, no sweepback. Flying controls: differentially operating Price ailerons and electrically actuated single-slotted flaps. Flaps operated by torque tube and mechanical linkage, ailerons by push rods and cables. Servo tab in each aileron. Structure: the wing is an all-metal light alloy safe light structure with single main spar and auxiliary rear spar built in 2 portions bolted together at centerline and attached to fuselage by 6 bolts. Press-formed ribs, skin butt joined and flush riveted. Landing gear: electrically retractable tricycle type with manual emergency activation. Inward retracting main gear of trailing arm type and rearward retracting nose unit, each embodying a Magnagi oleopneumatic shock absorber type 2/220/28 in main units. Power plant: one 194 kilowatt or 260 horsepower Textron-Lycoming 0540 E4A5 flat 6 engine driving a Hartzeli HC C2YK-1B/8477-8R2 blade constant speed metal propeller. AEIO-540-D4A5 engine available optionally. Fuel in 2 light alloy tanks and wings. Capacity of each 49.5 liters or 13.1 US gallons or 10.9 imperial gallons, and 2 permanent wingtip tanks, capacity of each 72 liters or 19 US gallons or 15.85 imperial gallons. Total internal fuel capacity 243 liters or 64.2 US gallons or 53.5 imperial gallons, of which 235 liters or 62.1 US gallons or 51.7 imperial gallons are usable. Individual refueling point on top of each tank. In addition, SF-260W may be fitted with 2 80-liter or 21.1 US gallon or 17.5 imperial gallon auxiliary tanks on underwing pylons. Oil capacity, all models 11.4 liters or 3 US gallons or 2.5 imperial gallons. Accommodation SF-260M-W similar, side-by-side front seats for instructor and pupil in SF-260M, with third seat centrally at rear. Front seats individually adjustable fore and aft with forward folding backs and provision for back-type parachute packs. Dual control standard. Avionics SF-260M-W generally similar. Basic instrumentation to customers' requirements. Blind flying instrumentation and communications equipment optional. Typical selection includes dual Collins 20B VHF COM, Collins VIR31A VHF nav, Collins ADF 60A, Collins TDR 90 ATC transponder, Collins PN101 compass, ID 90000RMI, and Gamal AG04-1 intercom. Instrument panel can be slid rearward to provide access to rear of instruments. Equipment, military equipment to customers' requirements. External stores can include 1 or 2 reconnaissance pods with 70mm automatic cameras or 2 supply containers. Landing light and nose below spinner. Armament for the SF-260W, 2 or 4 underwing hardpoints able to carry external stores on NATO standard pylons up to a maximum of 300 kilograms or 661 pounds when flown as a single-seater. Typical alternative loads can include 1 or 2 SIAI gun pods, each with 1 or 2 7.62mm FN machine guns and 500 rounds, 2 Ares AL-870 launchers, each with 8 2.75-inch rockets, 2 LAU-32 launchers, each with 7 2.75-inch rockets, 2 ARIA AL-1850 launchers, each with 18 2-inch rockets, 2 ARIA AL-868 launchers, each with 8 68mm rockets, 2 ARIA AL-660 launchers, each with 6 81mm rockets, 2 LUU-2/B parachute flares, 2 SAMP EU-32 125 kg general purpose bombs or EU-13 120 kg fragmentation bombs, 2 SAMP EU 50 kg general purpose bombs, Mark 76 11 kg practice bombs, 2 cartridge stores for 70mm multi-purpose cartridges, F725 flares or F130 smoke cartridges, 1 or 2 photo reconnaissance pods with 2 70mm automatic cameras or 2 supply containers. Dimensions: external wingspan over tip tanks 8.35 meters or 27 feet 4 3/4 inches. Wing chord at root 1.6 meters or 5 feet 3 inches. Mean aerodynamic 1.325 meters or 4 feet 4 1/4 inches. At tip 0.784 meters or 2 feet 6 7/8 inches. Wing aspect ratio excluding tip tanks 6.3. Wing taper ratio 2.2. Length overall 7.1 meters or 23 feet 3.5 inches. Fuselage max width 1.1 meters or 3 feet 7 1/4 inches. Max depth 1.042 meters or 3 feet 5 inches. Height overall 2.41 meters or 7 feet 11 inches. Propeller diameter 1.93 meters or 6 feet 4 inches. Propeller ground clearance 0.32 meters or 1 feet 1/2 inch. Areas: wings gross 10.1 meters squared or 108.7 square feet. Ailerons total including tabs 0.762 meters squared or 8.2 square feet. Trailing edge flaps total 1.18 meters squared or 12.7 square feet. Weights and loadings, manufacturer's basic weight empty. For the M, 755 kilograms or 1,664 pounds. For the W, 770 kilograms or 1,697 pounds. Fuel in wing and wingtip tanks, all versions, 169 kilograms or 372.5 pounds. Underwing tanks, W only, 114 kilograms or 251.5 pounds. Typical mission weights, M, trainer, clean, 1,140 kilograms or 2,513 pounds. W, 247 kilogram or 103.5 machine gun pods and full internal fuel, 1,163 kilograms or 2,564 pounds. Performance, D at AUW of 1,102 kilograms or 2,430 pounds, M at AUW of 1,200 kilograms or 2,645 pounds, W at 1,300 kilograms or 2,866 pounds, except where indicated. Never exceed speed for the D and M, 235 knots or 436 kilometers per hour or 271 miles per hour. Max level speed at sea level, D, 187 knots or 347 kilometers per hour or 215 miles per hour. For the M, 180 knots or 333 kilometers per hour or 207 miles per hour. For the W, 165 knots or 305 kilometers per hour or 190 miles per hour. Max cruising speed, 75% power, D at 3,050 meters or 10,000 feet, 178 knots or 330 kilometers per hour or 205 miles per hour. For the M at 1,500 meters or 4,925 feet, 162 knots or 300 kilometers per hour or 186 miles per hour. For the W at 1,500 meters or 4,925 feet, 152 knots or 281 kilometers per hour or 175 miles per hour. Stalling speed, flaps and landing gear up. For the M, 74 knots or 137 kilometers per hour or 86 miles per hour. For the W, 88 knots or 163 kilometers per hour or 102 miles per hour. Length 7.1 meters, height 2.41 meters, wingspan 8.35 meters, max takeoff weight 1,100 kilograms, max wing load 109 kilograms per meter squared, max level speed 187 knots, max range 890 nautical miles, service ceiling 5,790 meters, takeoff run 480 meters, landing run 345 meters, max rated climb 546 meters per minute. Here we have a cutaway of the fuselage, so these would be the two wing tapes there. Photo album, we can see they did a color picture for this one because it's got the Janes logo on them, but yeah, they must have had some partnership with some aerobatics team to sponsor them and put their logo on it. And we can see the 3D view, which attempts to replicate that in the game. Although I think the reason the blue, you'll notice the blue is the same color as the ocean. I think the reason for that, instead of using the darker blue that we see in the picture, is because when they made this game, I think 16-bit color might have been the best at the time. So at least when they made the original versions. I know by 2000 we were on to 32-bit color, but I think they were limited by the amount of colors they had available. Not 100% sure on it, but it seems like a reasonable guess to me. And that's why this just happened to be the darkest blue they had in the game. But that is the SF.260. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there. And we'll see you then.